Hi everybody, Josie. Um, in my last video I told you that I was going to be making more than one part video, probably 3, to make this door stopper. Now I already started because of the drying time and the time it takes to make. But I had said in the other video that I'm going to be making one side summery and the other side for Christmas. Now this is a wine box where there was little doors here that you open up to see the wine bottles. And after I'm finished with it, after I'm complete, I'm going to fill it up with, close it up and fill it up with rocks. And that way I'll have a door stopper for my craft room because the door will, slam shut because of all the windows being open. So we're going to go on. I'm going to start showing you this technique here, how it works out. It's a Venetian stucco, which means in this stucco there's marble that's grounded finely and made into a stucco, which is usually used for walls, but I have even used it for furniture. I've seen it on Debbie Travis' show, where she did a piece of furniture, and I did a piece of furniture as well too, for underneath my aquarium, my son's aquarium. He built the furniture, the cabinet to put underneath this aquarium that was a weird size, and I decorated it with this Venetian stucco. And at the end, this piece of furniture looks like it's on a little bit on the Moroccan side, but that it's been underneath the sea for a long time. So this is what I'm going to show you. This is pretty much the same technique that I used on the furniture and which I'm going to be using on the box. We'll put that aside right now because I can't work on it yet. So that way I can show you exactly what I did. So put this one aside right now because we really don't need it. What we're going to need is the Venetian stucco, and I'm sure you can do this technique with normal stucco. So, but I have lots of this, like I have a little 5-gallon jug that has to be used up, and I'm even using it to substitute with modeling paste because it's really, really nice. It's just very, very soft. It's very soft. Here it's hardened a bit because it's been in this jar, but if we go into the other little gallon where it is, it's really soft. So I do let it stand out a bit sometimes to get it to get a little bit harder. You see that? Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is start spreading this. Now I'm going to be using this for examples, so that way you can see. And then at the end I will be using these to do a couple of little canvases to put on the wall. So that way I'll show you these. When they're complete, I'm going to show you these ones too. Now what I did was I put a bit of gesso on the bottom of these. These are little, not wood. Oh my goodness, what are they called? It's compressed cardboard, I guess. They're the backings of samples that my husband has for tiling. I had shown them in another video before. So we're just going to spread, coat all over the place. Doesn't have to be perfect. Okay. Don't worry about the sides. They can be cleaned up after. They can be left the way they are. Put a little bit over here in the corner. Okay. Then we get the gauze. You can use cheesecloth also for this if you don't have gauze. I have lots of gauze in the house as well too, so I want to use this up. And we're going to start laying it. Let's put this piece over here. I'm doing it in pieces. You can do a whole big one piece. Just lay it. Don't put it on flat completely. It gives it a nice texture if it's all crinkled up like this. Don't worry if it overlaps. If it bugs you, you can just cut it off. I'll take it off. And we'll cover up this other piece here. There we go. And now what we're going to do is we're going to get more stucco, and we're going to start spreading it on here evenly. Now this will kind of give you the effect of leather which is very nice too, because if you want that leathery effect on your objects, on your art journaling, this is perfect to give the effect of a leather fox leather type of thing. And then you can do them any color you want. I have done other things with this technique too, but right now I can't remember what exactly I've done. I know I've done a couple of boxes, and they were men's boxes, so they were really cool. And I even used old buckles to decorate them, because where they don't want their belts anymore, the little tags and behind the jeans, all these different types of things I use on that as well. So we spread it out, and now we're just going to whip it off. Now I don't know how much you can see of the texture that it's giving. I'll try to bring it up a bit. I can't see what you guys are seeing because I'm recording on an iPod, so, and that's the kind of effect it gives, right? Now, this we're going to put aside because it's wet and we really can't do much about it. It comes off really easily off of your hands. You just wash it right off. You kind of get icky for this technique, and I have a dry one already ready. Now what we're going to do with the gauze that we took off is we're going to start forming a tree. I did in another video an ATC card, but I did it with glue because it was so small and I didn't have to do it. So you just start crinkling it up with all the stucco that's on it. See, why waste it? Why throw it away? We can use it up. Now these two, I'll probably put them together to make a couple, and add the tree on this side here and start going this way. These will come out really cute as well too. But for today, I'm going to be showing you this door stopper, how to make this door stopper. Okay, so we got the trunk going. Give it a nice form. Then start grabbing all the little pieces to start forming your branches. And just crinkle it up any way you want. This is going to be a pretty small tree, so I think I'm going to cut these pieces. They're kind of too big. Use a pair of old scissors to do this. Like I said, it cleans off really quickly, really fast. I have a mess here, but this will all come off. Cut off another little piece so that we can make more branches. And just start, you can start adding a little bit of stucco underneath just to make it stick. Just use up all these little pieces that you used up on the canvas, so that way you can do this with glue if you want, but like I said, it's already here for us. It's already done. Now when I did the piece of furniture, it was funny because I had so much of it. So what I did is I started grabbing, nicely shaped bottles, and I started wrapping these things around the bottles, and they came out beautiful bottles as well too. And then I would make my own limoncello, and I would put it in these bottles, and give it out to friends and things like that. Start forming your tree any way you want. Open this one up here. I'm going to cut this one because I start wanting thinner branches. Hey Dottie, what are you doing? What are you doing, puppy? might want to let this dry all night. It dries fairly quickly, so, you know, but if you let it dry the whole night, because it is a bit thick, the more you let it dry, the better it is. I might bring this one higher up to the top. It's something that you don't have to be precise with, because at the end, when it's painted, it looks so realistic. It really looks like real branches. You can take the threads and just kind of tuck them in. Now the reason why I say too about this doorstopper to do it in various stages is because I really haven't decided exactly what I want to do. I put the tree on it for now, and that's something that, you know, I like. I might put birdies on it. I might put a brick wall. I was thinking of putting a nice brick wall. Some more here. I still have some more from the other one. So this is starting to dry, but it's still usable. It's still a bit damp. See the way it's cracking? I just need a small piece here. Messy. Messy, messy, messy. You can't put gloves on. I do not know how to work with gloves, so I prefer not to wear them. And then, like I said, it washes right off. So, cut this a bit smaller. And just keep on adding your little branches. Now these are going to be covered up with leaves after too. I'm using, I think they're plastic. Yeah, plastic leaves. Plastic leaves. My ATC was done with canned leaves. I cut a whole bunch of cans up and did the leaves with that. I did a big canvas with this technique as well too. And the leaves were always the cans. Okay, so that's about it. Like I said, when I am ready, I will do this side as well too, the same, and have a double canvas together. Okay, so this one we can put aside and let it dry. I'm just going to wipe my hands off a bit, cover up the stucco. Or else it's just going to dry too much. This is a freezer scraper that I never used in an old freezer, and I use it to grab my stucco with. What a mess. Okay, that I can clean later on. And this one I'll just turn over for now. Garbage. There we go. This is a normal baking sheet. Okay, so now we have our doorstopper. Now if I had another one, I would have done it completely, and so that way I myself would have had an idea. You know, I didn't like some certain thing on it, so I could have changed it when I showed you guys. Unfortunately, I only had one, and a lesson to be learned, because for Christmas time I had about 6 of these around the house. You know, because they send gifts of wine bottles, so I had a whole bunch of them, but I threw them in the recycling bin because there was just too many of them. And I had saved this one because I thought of doing something with it. But yeah, Christmas is around the corner. Well, you can buy these. I'm sure you can buy them. You don't have to wait for Christmas to buy these. This was in a Christmas box. It was all red before, and I first put the gesso on. In fact, in these small things, I didn't put the stucco around these small areas here. Too tedious. And the top I will do once I have it all closed up. I'll probably give it, put the stucco on it the way I did here. But I just want to keep it open for now, just in case. You never know. So I wanted to just give it a good drying here. I was thinking of putting a little brick wall down here, some little birds, and then there's another thing that I want to do as well too. Now, naturally, it's going to probably be a nice, I want to do it a bluish gray, the sky, and the reason to that is because the fabric I want to use on the other side for the Christmas side, there's little polar bears that are, polar bears? Yeah, polar bears that are sitting, it's really whimsical, this type of fabric. So I want to cut all the little polar bears and set them. And they're playing with yarn and they're leaning against the Christmas tree. They're adorable. But the background is this really, not dark blue, but almost dark. So I'm thinking of when I do this light blue here, I'll probably start making it darker and darker around the sides, in a way that when I do turn it around, the sides will go a bit with what's going to be on the other side as well too. So I have a double door stopper that I can use for Christmas and for every day too. You're not going to see the Christmas side when it's turned. Just want to give it another whip here. Okay, so now what we have to do here now is we're going to paint the trunk, and I have to do it for the reason that, oh, just a second, no. If I put the leaves on now, I'm not going to be able to paint the trunk that's underneath and they're going to stay white. So I have to paint the trunk, put the leaves on, gesso it again, and then start decorating it. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll get my favorite paints. Where are you guys? Here they are. Come on out. So, let's see here. Like that too. I'll probably mix them a bit just to make it look more realistic harvest. So and I'm not saying I'm going to use these on the whole project, but for the trunk I like the effect it gives, and I don't have very much of that. Oh. Okay. So this is a small paintbrush. Just a second, I'll take another one. There we go. Okay, I'm not going to be too worried about going out of the lines because, like I said, I'm going to gesso this again. Because I do want to gesso it after I put on the leaves, and then I'll possibly spray them. And I'm finishing my silks. That's terrible. Let me see, I'll start this color first, and then I'll use that one. It's much of a lighter. That's okay. Can go lighter, but we can't go, we can go darker on the lighter, but we can't go lighter on the darker. So I like that effect that it's giving it while it's drying. Look at that. don't worry about this, you guys, because it's just going to be covered up with all these leaves. So it was just to get, I didn't even have to paint the trunk if I didn't want to right now. I'm more concerned about doing where the leaves have to go. The leaves aren't going to be going on the trunk, so anyways, I already did it, so I'll turn it around now so you guys can see. I don't know how much of this you guys can see. There. I have one coming along the side here. And the tree trunk is kind of wrapping the corner. Okay, I'm just going to let it dry it a bit with the heat gun, so that way I can give it another coat, at least on the branches, so we can continue our work here. And these silks, they dry fairly fast. It's not, well, it's in acrylic, so acrylics usually dry fast. I love the colors that are coming out. Okay. Okay, so that way I'm sure if there's any bark peeking through the leaves, it's already painted and I don't have to worry, you know, about the white coming through or trying to lift up the leaves after they've been glued down. It's real hot outside today here. Really hot. The beach is already full of people. Yesterday it was really hot too on Sunday and they were packed. I still have a bit of the other color underneath on the brush. Just clean this out with the... Okay, seeing that this is finished, I'm not even going to bother rinsing the brush off. Just put a bit more darker on there. I have to learn how to edit. Not so much to edit, but I still have lots to learn on, you know, how to do these videos with what I have. I will eventually probably buy, you know, the right camera to use, but I'm really happy with what I do have. It's like one of those Samsung iPods. It gives a beautiful picture. I've seen my own videos and it does. You can see it clearly. You guys are probably saying, what a sloppy job. You're not going to see it. Really, you're not. You are not going to see it. It's like this gauze is just absorbing this color, but I love the color that's coming out of it. It's really, really pretty. Then I can go back, you know, with even acrylic paints and make it, especially that this one here finished, because it was, well, I'm going to have to order another one of these. It was perfect for bark color. Okay. Let me use up all this paint that's on the brush. Wipe it off. There we go. This side here, you guys can see. Yeah, I do want to buy one of those cameras because apparently with those you can see what you guys are seeing. So I'm always worried that I'm off camera. I will one day in the near future. Not yet. There we go. Okay. That color's finished. Put my brush in the water. What happened to my thing of water? It's, oh, here it is. It's right in front of me. Pretty smart. Okay, so give it a whip. Cover up part of this sole. This one here. There we go. So what's it looking like so far? I did want to keep one of these open to make a little window, but that was more decisions I had to make. What was I going to put in there, and what was I going to do? I was thinking of doing this as the Christmas side, and on the inside put in a Christmas tree. But I didn't like the way they opened up. They opened up this way, so I could have changed that, but I thought, you know what, I'll just leave the window alone, not do it, and get this done. Because it was something that was, that had delayed me a few days because of that window, not knowing what I wanted to do. Okay. We can start gluing on this already. So, these are my leaves. I can find them. There we go. These are the leaves I want to use. Just a big bunch of them. See? And I'm going to start snipping them. And we're going to hot glue them on. We can even do them a few at a time instead of doing one by one. There we go. So for now I'm just putting a bit of glue on the trunk. I'm going to lay it down. Then I can go back and start putting glue underneath the leaves. Oop. There. you want to leave a few leaves without gluing them, I'm sure you can. Makes it look more realistic. Just a bit in there. Make him a bit curvy. Oh, they keep on popping up. Come on, you guys. Look at that. Puppy, puppy. She hears a dog barking upstairs, and she gets excited. Huh, Dory? Overlap them. I'm not going to worry too much about all these glue strings right now, because if I have to start picking them off like now, it's a never-ending project. I'll whip it on with the glue gun. Not with the glue gun, with the heat gun after. That way they all disappear at once. Okay, see where you can see the tree trunk underneath the leaves. Okay, okay you guys, so I'm going to let you go. I'll be back. And Rosario, fallo passare. There's somebody here for me. And I'll be back when everything's all glued down. Okay? Bye. Joey, Rosario.